Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Tuesday, June 28th, and another clear sky out there. Sunrise this morning, and we expect dry conditions right on through Thursday. We got a low chance of some showers, maybe a thunder shower Thursday night into Friday as the next cold front drops through. Not a lot of moisture, but the farther north you go, I think the better chance you got of picking up a rain. Right now, the models show about 1 to 3 tenths of an inch of rain Thursday night into Friday morning. So let's desperately hope we get that. If we don't get that rain, we're going to be dry maybe into the middle of next week, certainly through early next week. If we look at the headlines again, Thursday night showers, that's going to be key, and then we'll be dry right on through Monday. And if we look at the Great Lakes across the MAC area, temperatures in the 50s to around 60, so a much cooler start to the day and much drier as we have northwest winds. And you can see that on the Great Lakes map. Again, temperatures mainly in the 50s across much of the state, 60s across far south, west lower Michigan, southern lower Michigan. And you can see those northwest winds bring in lower humidity and dew points into the area. So it'll be a very comfortable day today, and looks like we'll be primarily in the 70s to maybe around 80 right on through early next week. So we're going to be a little bit cooler, a couple degrees below normal throughout the period. If we look at our normals for the day, our normal high is 82, the normal is 58. And you can see yesterday we had a high of 85, a low of 66 with no precipitation. And once again, we lost 27 hundredths of an inch through evapotranspiration from the system. And if we look at the soil conditions, you can see no rainfall since midnight. All the area is extremely dry. Blissfield will be continue to be acclimating to the soil conditions, and so we probably won't get some real good readings there, I don't think, until we get towards midsummer. If we look at the next shot, this is a new forecast, or the tracking of the precipitation. We got percent of normal, and you can see there are some April data, but primarily we're going to track May through September. This will be updated at least once a day, more if we're getting precipitation. But you can see the areas that are very critically in need of moisture would be Breckenridge, London, Tupperville, and St. Thomas. We can all use moisture, but those areas have all fallen below 50% for the last 2 months of what we would expect for normal precipitation amounts. So again, very severe. We're in a moderate drought in these areas. If we look at the next screenshot, you can see a graphical display of the last couple of months compared to normal. Here's 100%. And you can see, other than Lansing getting some pretty good rain in May, that helped boost them above the 100%. They're about 135%, 130% of normal. You can see we have not hit 100% at any of the, which would be normal, at any of the branches for the last 2 months. So very dry out there. If we look at the last 30-day Doppler radar estimate, you can see the area that's being particularly hard hit, especially from around the Tri-Cities back towards east of Grand Rapids and Lansing, down towards the Kalamazoo area or towards Hillsdale. Again, this area is in a very desperate need of some rain, especially really across mid-Michigan. You can see the area that is under a moderate drought now, and I would expect that we would see these areas maybe even expand over to the east and a little bit to the north as well. If we look at the next screenshot, this is the weather forecast map for today. You can see the secondary cold front now pushed through the area. That's going to bring some cooler, drier air, fair conditions. In fact, we could see temperatures tomorrow morning in the 40s across much of the area, and even areas around Luther. You get up in that area, you can see some upper 30s even. So very chilly night tonight coming up. And you can see a low pressure system off to the west. That'll eventually move to the northwest, and it'll push a cold front through the area as we get into the day on Thursday. You can see the low pressure system continue to gather most of the precipitation out there. And here comes the cold front to the south. And as we look at the map by Thursday morning, again, I think we'll be precipitation free until late in the day, more likely at night into early Friday morning, as this cold front will push through the area. We have about a 30 to 50% chance of showers with this system, so let's definitely hope we get that. And as far as precipitation amounts off the GFS over the next 96 hours, you can see they depict the best chances of around 1/4 of an inch or so from around the Tri-Cities to the north. Certainly this would be very welcome here. And it should be noted that the European is very consistent, even in this area down here, of about 1 to 3 tenths of an inch of rain. So again, let's hope that system is able to squeeze out as much moisture as it can. And if we look at the next shot, you can see the WPC's precipitation forecast over the next 7 days. They also include the area to the south, central, and far southeast lower Michigan as being quite a bit drier, with the best chances across the northern areas. And that makes sense to me. So could get a little bit of relief here in the Tri-City areas. here over the next 7 days. But again, not a lot of precipitation. Most of that will be well off to the south, back into the southern plains, Tennessee Valley, into the southern mid-Atlantic states. And if we look at the 8 to 14 day outlook, that's a little more hopeful. We have above normal precipitation forecasted across the Great Lakes and the Ohio Valley. And again, some of the models around day 10 to day 15 are bringing in some blazingly hot conditions across the area. So we'll be cool into early next week, and then I think we warm up towards next weekend, and it could get very hot as we go through probably day 10 to day 15 is when it starts. And again, I think we'll see plenty of 90-degree heat coming up again for week 2 and week 3. But again, until then, not too bad of weather. Thanks for stopping by and have a great day, and 73s to all.